No matter your age, you could be planning for Social Security. Here to help all of us get on track is Jennifer Luzzatto. She is the president at Summit Financial Partners. Good morning. Thanks so much for being with us.
Good morning, Evan. I'm so happy to be here.
This is an interesting topic. I'm excited to talk about it. And Social Security benefits, it can be a complicated topic, right?
Definitely. There's a perception you just file at a certain age and that's what you do. And there are actually many ways to maximize your benefits versus just filing when you're the day you're eligible. So it's definitely worth spending time to look at your options and think through and make decisions before you file.
One of the biggest questions I think people have are when exactly am I eligible?
So you're first eligible at age 62, which is an early filing age, actually, and your benefits are permanently reduced if you file early. So, and what Social Security considers your full retirement age depends on when you were born. So people who were born in 1959 are turning 62 this year, and their full retirement age is 66 years and 10 months. A lot of people have this perception that it might be 65 because that's when you file for Medicare, but it's actually quite different. The rules are quite different and the timing is different. So think carefully before you file at 62. And some people, it's a great decision to do that. It just depends.
And it is so important to know this because retirees can lose money if they claim at the wrong time, right? How does that work?
Definitely. So there's a penalty for every year that you file early before your full retirement age. It's set, if you file at 62, your benefits are 75% of what your full benefit would be at your full retirement age. And conversely, though, if you wait beyond your full retirement age, and for every year you wait up to age 70, your benefits get 8% higher. And what makes this complicated too is relationships. So, if your spouse also works, and Social Security does look at marriage, not other relationships, but and who earned the most money in their career? Because sometimes your spousal benefits, which would be half of your spouse's, can be higher than your own earned income benefit. So it takes some careful analysis.
Let's talk about maybe some of the key decisions that we should be making now. I know there is a lot to think about. We mentioned it's a complex topic, but what are some of the main things that we should be focused on?
Well, if your younger is working, you've got to work 40 quarters to be eligible for Social Security, and that is literally a quarter of a year times 40, so 10 years. They actually look at the amount you earn during that time. So the maximum earning per year is just under $6,000. So if you've earned that for 10 years or more, you're eligible. That's the 2021 number. It was much lower back in the day. But you also want to, the Social Security takes 40 years of work history or 35 years of work history. And so it's a complex formula, but if you have any zero earning years, it penalizes you. So try to keep those 0 years to as little as possible. And that will help maximize your benefits over time as well.
Yeah, so this falls right into my next question. I was going to ask, I think, as people get older, maybe they're thinking about this more, but this really is something that we should be thinking about at any age, right?
Definitely. And it's because of that work history issue. And there's also kind of feeding into that. Everyone, no matter how old you are, should create an account at the Social Security Administration. They don't normally send letters anymore. And the web address to that is ssa.gov/my account. And the reason for that is I've had clients who are in their 30s and look back at their work history, and part of our financial planning process is to look at those statements. And they had many empty years of earnings when they did work. So for the most part, the administration does a great job, but sometimes there are mistakes. And so you really do want to look at your statement and make sure your earnings have been properly recorded so you do get credit for all those working years and all that money you did make and paid taxes on, right? Because it's funded by our payroll taxes. So you're almost paying yourself your future benefit via payroll tax. So it becomes like your paycheck once you've retired.
So much to think about, so much to consider. We're going to be posting some more information about how to get in touch with Jennifer on our website by early this afternoon, and some more information about what we've been talking about a little bit here this morning. Jennifer, thank you so much. That's a lot of good information.
Thanks, Evan. It was fun talking with you.
Wow. A lot of details to consider there.
Yeah. When Jennifer would come into the station, I felt like I always understood what she was saying. It's like it's very complicated, but she was able to break it down for me. And towards the end of that conversation, she said, no matter, what they were talking about, if you're in your 30s, think of this money you're putting away as money you're paying yourself down the road. And that is, that's a great way to look at Social Security. Nobody's giving you anything. It's stuff you earned. And you need to start thinking about that ahead of time. And as she pointed out, it's a little complicated.
My ears picked up on the same point, Bill. It's a paycheck to your future self. And great insights, too, on making sure that you check those statements. I feel like they come only very periodically. Like, is it once a year? I should know the answer to that. And so make sure that you're checking them and that they are on target for sure.
We always learn a lot on our show, and a lot of times it's very important information. And thanks to Jennifer and Evan for sharing that with us. And I learned a little something else again today. So thank you both very much. Hey, you know what? We're going to learn a little bit about our word game coming up in just a moment. We'll have the big reveal from where'd that come from, our phrase for this morning, coming up in less than 2.5 minutes.